Hello, and welcome to episode 7 of the Mindful Knitter podcast. My name is Claire, and I am your host. Welcome again if you are new. I'm so glad to have you here, that you found my channel. I'm happy to have you hang out with me for a bit today. And of course, welcome back if you are returning. I'm so happy you come back every week to hang out with me, or, every other week, or however often you come back to hang out with me. So today I know that we will have like a little bit of not like an interruption in the middle, I guess. Like for you, it won't matter. It'll be like 1/2 second and then I'll be back. But I am filming this in 2 parts today, so it's not like a full continuous smooth episode like it would normally be. But I mean, it's not gonna, again, it will be 1/2 second and I will return, so you probably won't even notice a whole lot. But something I'm thinking about. Yeah, if you're new, a little bit about the channel. As you can probably guess, we talk primarily about knitting, but also talk about mindfulness, practice mindfulness. There is typically a mindfulness component or segment in each of the podcast episodes. And then I've also started pulling out those mindfulness segments and making them their own little short videos in the mindfulness practices playlist on the channel. So feel free to check that out. Try some of them out. Let me know what you think. And if there's anything you guys want me to add or do a segment on at any point with mindfulness, please feel free to let me know. I would love to create more helpful practices and helpful content for you guys, as well as fun stuff. But I do want it to be helpful too. So we talk about knitting, mindfulness, crochet, yarn, and then we'll probably get into, over time, other crafty things or artsy things, and sometimes some life things too. So that is pretty much what the channel is about. I'm coming to you from the southeast of the United States. We're in my home where I lived with my husband Alex, our 2 Great Danes Nolly and Murphy, and our hamster Crema. And let's get started, I guess. Our social media. So my social media is Instagram. I am the.mindfulknitter, and I'm also on Ravelry as the Mindful Pod, or I think it's just Mindful Knitter Pod. Yeah, Mindful Knitter Pod on Ravelry. And then we also have a Ravelry group, which is the Mindful Knitter Podcast group on Ravelry, which I think I'm going to start adding some more stuff on there to get activity bustling again. And now that the Christmas season is upon us, some fun Ravelry group shenanigans seem to be in order. So I'm going to start some new stuff on there, I think, in the next week. So yes, welcome. And our episode today is structured same as they all are. I kind of keep to a structure, which I might actually put in the description, because I feel like that might be helpful for some people to kind of like know like what order things are in, especially if they want to like fast forward or something to a certain part. But so I always talk about finished objects first, and then works in progress, and then maybe some like projects I'm about to start. And then I talk about acquisitions, and acquisitions could be things I've recently acquired, or it could just be stuff I've already got that I really enjoy and want to share with you guys. And then we do our mindfulness segment, and then there's some sort of chat, like knitting, yarn related chat. Yeah, maybe also like life chat, but it usually comes back to knitting and yarn. So, and then at the end there's questions. So I'm always happy to answer any questions you guys might have for me. And then I always have questions for you guys because I am perpetually curious. So that is our structure for today. And I guess we will get right into it. Okay, so starting with finished objects, I'm super excited to be starting Christmassy things, holiday type things. Not everyone celebrates Christmas, so it might not be Christmas for you, but it might be. There are lots of holidays that happen this time of year. So very excited about that. And these socks for my first finished object are part of my holiday knitting. So these are gifts for a family member. I am going to have a lot of socks over the coming weeks to show you guys, because I'm knitting a lot of, I feel like though I've had a lot of socks just historically to show you guys, but I'm knitting mostly socks right now because of the holidays. So these are Patons Croy FX, or Patons Croy Sock FX, in the Celestial Colors colorway. And I don't think that never likes to focus on words that small, which is fine, I suppose. But I liked this sock yarn. It was, if you haven't knit with Patons Croy sock, I would say it's like a sport weight. So it's something to be mindful of for, you know, for figuring out your gauge and what needle size you want to use. So I actually knit these on a size, a US 2 DPN. And I use the vanilla sock recipe or pattern by Kay, who is the crazy sock lady on YouTube. I use her vanilla sock recipe that is cuffed down on DPNs. Her video or tutorial is available on YouTube, and it's great. This was the size medium, but I tweaked it I mean, a lot of us tweak our patterns and things. A lot of us don't stick right to them. So anyway, I tweaked these. Her medium calls for casting on, I can't remember the total number, but 16 stitches per DPN, so 16 times 4. But it was making a very large sock with the size, with the US 2 DPNs and the heftier sock yarn. So I dropped it down to 15 stitches per DPN, which looked a little bit more reasonable to me. Although one sock is slightly larger than the other, but I think that it'll be fine because these are pretty thick socks. I think that they're going to end up being like house socks, because I find it difficult to imagine wearing these with shoes unless you're wearing like really loose boots. But I'll show them to you. So this is how the Celestial Colors knits up. It creates kind of like an ombre effect, and I don't know if you can kind of see in the sunlight how that kind of shows up. I'm filming it in the afternoon instead of in the morning, so I've got the sun like right in these windows. But I like to have them on because otherwise it's just fluorescent lights, and that does not make for great filming light when it's just the fluorescence. So I liked these. This was a lot softer. I mentioned this in the last video. The Patons Croy Sock FX, I don't know if this is a difference between the FX versus not FX, but this was a softer yarn than the just Patons Croy sock. I knit a pair of socks in the Route 66 colorway, and I like those socks, but they're not soft. This is softer. I still would not qualify this as like, well, it is softer. It's not ultra soft yarn, but it's not, I would say that it's soft-ish. So this is fun to work with, and it was fun to see the color change. It had 2 skeins, and they are slightly different. I got a pack off of Amazon, and it was 2 50-gram skeins to make your pair of socks with. And this sock is less vibrant. I don't know if it was from 2 dye lots or what it was, but it's like noticeably less vibrant. So I don't really know what that's about. Kind of strange. But I don't really mind tons, and I don't think that the recipient will really mind. So these are fun. I have not blocked them yet, so I'll do that probably this evening so that they are lovely and blocked for her Christmas present. Yeah, so these will be one of her Christmas presents, and I am happy to have those done. These are my only finished object for this week because I really didn't have a whole lot of time to knit with Thanksgiving and traveling a lot and spending a lot of time with family. So that's my only finished object to share with you guys. That's okay. Some weeks just can't do as much knitting as others. I do have a couple of works in progress. Well, I have one work in progress and then one that I'm about to cast on. So this first work in progress is the cowl that I am knitting for one of my nieces. I actually don't have, oh wait, do I actually have the other yarn label? Oh, I don't know if I do. I think I actually found it upstairs earlier. So I might see if I can grab that before I film the second half of this podcast to show you guys later in the episode. But this cowl is knit using 4 different types of yarn. And I'm going to be making a pair of mittens to go with this as well. But I'm making it up as I go. So she's 3 and she wanted something pink. So I'm just kind of knitting, I don't know, like different section, like this section's obviously this color, this section is this color, and then the tops, or sorry, is this color, and the top section will be this color. And then I'm just pulling whatever color is next to the section into the section with these little, like, they're almost like baubles, but they're not really. They're just kind of pseudo baubles. I don't really know what they are. I'm just kind of making things up as I go. So you can kind of see. I'm sorry about the sunlight being like right there. It does make it a little difficult, but they don't look super, super neat and great at the moment, but I don't know. I think that's kind of part of their charm since it is for a toddler. I think it's kind of fun. Yeah, and they are a little bobbly in that they do like come up a little bit. They're thicker than the yarn, than the fabric around it. So I think that that's kind of fun. And then I am throwing in, you can see with this guy, I'm throwing in little like random ones of this color, which is this yarn, which is super vibrant. It is a neon pink. I don't know if it shows up as neon pink on screen, but it is definitely like highlighter pink with little bits of like highlighter orange in it. And it's very fun. This is from Nanette Wake Studio on Etsy. I don't know what colorway this is because it came with a pack of, I guess they're minis because it's like 20 grams. No, actually it might be 50 grams. I think this is 50 grams. Yeah, I'm almost positive this is 50 grams, but it was from like a pack, so I don't know what colorway it was. But it's super soft. This is actually a sock yarn. And these are all, this one's like a sport weight, and then the other two are like DK. Well, this one's like really heavy. No. Yeah, so this one's like sport, and these two are like DK weight. So I'm mixing weights, but the toddler doesn't mind. I think it'll be fine. And then these two, the lighter ones, this one and this one. Oh, I do have it right here. Haha. I'm amazing. So, well, no, maybe I just have, okay, so less amazing. I just have this one. So I'm missing a label, but I know it's upstairs, so I'll stop obsessing about it. So these two are the same yarn, they're just different colorways. It's Simplicity by Heiko. And they are 55% superwash merino, 28% acrylic, 17% nylon, 107 meters in 50 grams. And the two colorways are, they were in weird places the other day, so I had to search for them. This one is bubblegum. So this is the bubblegum colorway. And this is, I think, Rose Bloom. Bloom Rose. This is the Bloom Rose colorway. It's attached to the cowl. So they're soft and nice, so I like them. And then this is a different, this is a Cashmerino. So it's cashmere and merino, and then I think it does have a little nylon in it, but I'll find the label for that so I can let you guys know. It's also in episode 6, so you can go back and look at episode 6 if you are interested in that yarn. And then this is the Nanette Wake Studio sock yarn, is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. So yeah, so all of those 3 together. I obviously have a lot of yarn ends I'm gonna have to weave in, because I guess I'm kind of doing like an intarsia style color work with this. These little pseudo baubles. Again, I feel like I kind of don't know what I'm doing with this. I'm just making it up as I go, but I think when it's done, it's gonna be really fun. And also I'm gonna add something, I think, to this edge to keep it from curling, because this is curling, and I know it'll curl less with blocking, but I'd like to just eliminate the curling. So I'm not sure yet what I'll do about that, but I might add some sort of border to the side and to the other end of the cowl. If any of you guys have any ideas about what you might do, like what you would do with this situation, and how you would deal with the curling edge that you had forgotten stockinette does, please feel free to comment below and let me know what you would do to fix that, because I don't want that like curling up on her and being irritating. But yeah, so this is the pink cowl that I'm making for my 3-year-old niece, and I'll be making mittens to go along with that as well. There we go. So hopefully I'll have those mittens to show you guys next week. So the next thing that I'm about to cast on is a pair of socks for another family member. I'm not saying which family member I'm making these for, just in case they watch. I don't think most of them do. Yeah, most of them don't, but just in case they do, I don't want to spoil the surprise. So this was like requested. The requested color was something that would go with loungewear that was in like blacks and grays. I was like, well, anything will go with that, but the particular family member, I think, wanted something that was in blacks and grays. So here we have this is a Knit Picks stroll. So this is their stroll fingering weight. This is in their train station tonal. So primarily, like, it doesn't actually have like a primary color. It is just blacks and then dark grays, and then all the way up to really light gray. So it just changes throughout. It's not like it's all gray with bits of other things. It is pretty tonal. So it's lovely and soft. I like the Knit Picks stroll fingering weight quite a lot. I really enjoy working with it. It's fluffy and it's soft and it knits up very nicely. And then it gets fluffier and softer as you wash it. So I really am a big fan of the Knit Picks stroll. So this is this one. So fingering weight, train station, tonal. Yeah, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I think I said 75% wool and then 25% nylon. I think I said that right. And they say it's machine washable and you can put it in the dryer. So that's kind of nice. So I'm excited about that. I wanted to make sure that I had something that was pretty easy to care for my brother. So my brother and my sister-in-law both, they have a child, a baby. She's like 1.5. She's 1.5 now. And they're also going to be having another child. So I need their socks being very like low maintenance. Sorry, I noticed my hair is so like flat on top, which is weird. I just washed it last night and I don't know, it just dried strangely last night. Anyway, that doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with the knitting. So I wanted their socks to be low maintenance so they didn't have to stress out about caring for them, washing them, that kind of thing. So that is what I have on the needles and off the needles for right now. So next, let's do acquisitions, which I'm really excited to share with you guys this week. We also have an unboxing as part of our acquisitions. So I'm really hoping that I don't cut into the, okay, I didn't think I was gonna cut into the item, but one never knows, so one wants to be careful. So I actually ordered this a couple months ago, but I ordered it for this season, so I didn't want to open it up until now. Very cute packaging. That's very cute. I got this off of Etsy. I will let you guys know the maker in just a moment. Aw, so cute. This is incredibly cute. Oh my goodness. Look at these cats. They're so festive. Oh my goodness. I'm very excited about this. This is from Chestnut Fibres on Etsy. I've gotten, this is actually Chestnut Fibres as well. This cat project bag. I'm noticing a theme in my projects bags where they're all like cats. Oh, I guess the sun doesn't get it from back here. This is a very cute one too. It's got the kind of golden mustardy yellow liner, which is very cute. But this is precious. This one's a drawstring bag, which is so sweet. She's got these little details on the ends. So cute. And it's got a boxed bottom, so it'll stand up for you. It won't stand up on my leg right now, but it will generally stand up for you. And she included this little DPN cozy, which also has the cute polka dotted with red, white, and green, and pink. And the outside is little, I think those are supposed to be little balls of yarn. That's so cute. This is perfect because I primarily knit with DPNs because I'm primarily knitting socks these days. It is lined in that same green, and it's got a zippered pocket with a secret surprise. Oh, how sweet. She included these beautiful little stitch markers. I love this style stitch marker. That's just the ring with like a pretty little bead on it. I just think that's so cute. Yeah, I love those. That's so sweet. And they're nice Christmassy, holiday-y type colors. So green, red, pink, and like a bluey crystal one. That's really pretty. And then she's also got attached to the zipper on the inside this cute little cat progress keeper. So that's very cute. Oh, so sweet. I love Chestnut Fiber. She's on Etsy, and I just think she makes the cutest bags. So the little like zipper pocket has like a pink and red liner that goes with it. Her bags are so well made. As you can see, she's very thoughtful in how she coordinates the fabrics. It's all very sturdy. This, my socks that I am about to start knitting are going in here because I have to use this project bag for my gift knitting. And it's perfect for a pair of socks. This is big enough for like a hat or maybe even like a small cowl. So cute, so cute. Again, here's that holiday cat fabric. This is really precious. I don't know, the other side's pretty much the same. So cute. Oh. Yay! I'm so happy to share that with you guys. Eee! So exciting. I'm very pleased about that. And I'm gonna use I showed these on a different episode. These are the Knit Picks DPNs that I ordered the other day, and they're mosaic. And I am gonna go ahead and put the ones I'm gonna need for this project in the bag. This will be my first time using my Knit Picks mosaic wood DPNs. So exciting. I'm gonna put them in the little DPN cozy to keep them safe. So I don't really need to unsnap it. It's so unnecessary. I don't have to put them in there, but like it's just cute, so that's what I want to do. Awesome. That's very exciting. So this is ready to go. I'm going to cast this on probably this evening after work, although we are going to get our Christmas tree this evening after work, so I'll cast it on though. I have some work I need to do for a couple hours. I have a meeting for a couple hours this evening that's not one that it involves a lot of it is listening, so I will cast those on and be working on those while I'm listening. And then I'm also running some like tech for the meeting as well, so there will be periods where I'm just not super involved and I can knit. Then there will be other times where I'm helping teach and stuff like that, so I will not be knitting during those portions. So perfect. That is good. And I will be right back because now is my time that I have to go and I have a meeting. So I'm gonna get ready for that and I will be back in about half a second. All right, I'm back. For me, that was over an hour, but for you, it was mere moments. So you can tell probably though that the lighting is different, so time has passed. So I actually had a meeting that was canceled last minute. So that means that I got to get back to you before the light was gone outside, but also I spent just a few moments before filming casting on the socks. So I just have 2 rows done, but I'm excited to have these cast ons so that I can be working on them next week, and hopefully I will have them done to show you guys next week. So hooray! It makes me so joyous having them in my project bag with my Christmas kitties. I really love this bag so much, and I don't know if you can see it better now that the light is different, but it is so cute. I am super pleased. So my next acquisition to show you guys is also Christmassy / holiday-y. This is a super special one. This was a holiday, I guess, package that was done by Nanette Wake Studio. Surprise. And in case you guys would like to see her logo, here it is, Nanette Wake Studio. Her information will probably be in the description below as well. But yeah, so on Etsy, and this was her holiday little kit that she put together for this year. This was actually one of my birthday presents. My mom got this for me because I forwarded it. I told her about it and then I forwarded it to her and she's like, well, I'm getting this for you. And I was like, you can't. But she could, and she did. So I'm very grateful to her for that because I love it. The project bag has a handle, which is fun, and it is the Nutcracker. If you're familiar with the ballet, the Nutcracker. And they're goodies. There's so many goodies in this kit, and now I finally get to experience them. She's got her little logo on here. So cute. Yeah, I have several Nutcracker things for Christmas. I've mentioned before that, you know, in addition to knitting, my other, like, sorry, my hair is just like, it's so strange today, so I apologize. But, you know, in addition to knitting, my other, I guess, you know, hobby passion, my career is like my passion, I guess, but my other, like, hobby passion is dance. So I dance a lot. I guess I'm like almost semi-professional at this point, because I am doing like paid performances and things, and I'm thinking about developing that more and turning it into like maybe a business in the next like year or two. But we'll see how that goes. I love dance, but anyway, I digress. So the Nutcracker is very special to me because I started dance at the age of 2. in ballet, and I was classically trained in ballet for 13, 14 years, mostly French instructors, but I did have a couple of Russian ballet teachers as well. And so I started performing in the Nutcracker when I was very little, and I did the Nutcracker every year for years. And so, you know, the holidays, to me, like I automatically remember rehearsals and costume fittings and you know, performances and being very busy, but also loving every moment of it, and the music itself. If I go and see the Nutcracker, I got to see the Moscow Ballet a couple years ago because my husband got us tickets as one of my Christmas presents, and I just cried most of the most of the performance. I wasn't crying so much that I couldn't see the performance, so I was still able to enjoy it. And it was very beautiful. The Moscow Ballet is wonderful. But yeah, so I have a lot of Nutcracker things around during this time of year because it's very, very special to me. Very special to me. So yeah, so she used this Nutcracker fabric. Each of her bags is a little different. So I was honestly a little bit sad that I didn't get one that had Clara like right in it, like her head is cut off right here. But that's okay. I've still got some ballerinas and like you know, like a ballerina, like fairy character over here. I don't know if that's supposed to be like the Sugar Plum Fairy or what, but got the Mouse King. So and obviously there are nutcrackers on it. But yeah, each of the bags look different. I don't know if she has more of these in her shop anymore. She might. But she did have only, I think, like maybe 5 of them in the shop. So she had a very limited number. But there might still be 1 or 2 available. I don't know. So check it out on Etsy. So it comes with a beautiful progress keeper. Very, very beautiful. It looks like white and red ornaments. So I thought this was really lovely. Super pretty. It's a little heavy, so I probably wouldn't use this for like a lace weight project. But it's not super, super heavy, so you can still use it for most things, I think. At the inside, give you a sneak peek at the goodies. The inside is lined with this bicolor red fabric with the slightly lighter red dots. There's no pocket, but it is a, I guess it's a boxed bottom. Yeah, I guess it's a boxed bottom, so like it sits nicely. And then I'll save the yarn for last. She includes a little nutcracker ornament. This little guy, which I might keep down here with me on my podcast set throughout the holidays. Yeah, I might keep him with me because he's cool. He's very sparkly. And then she included a little package of goodies. So she put in here a little chocolate. It's dark chocolate. I do have food allergies, so I don't know if I'll be able to eat this little guy. So my husband will get him because I don't know what the ingredients are. It doesn't have a brand name on it, so I can't look it up. Oh, the bag has a little nutcracker on it as well. These little details in packaging are just, you know, delightful. She included a spiced Christmas tea, which I should be able to look up online to make sure I can actually drink this, because again, food allergies. But it says warming and citrusy black tea. It's a Taylor's of Harrogate. Since 1886, it says, ooh, by appointment to HRH, the Prince of Wales. Suppliers of beverages, Taylor's of Harrogate, North Yorkshire. So, very cool. I'm excited to try this. I'm very, very excited if I try this. It is of my people. Okay. So let's see here. And then I have this little stitch marker too she included. I don't know if it's so small. I don't know if he's too small to really like show up. But it's a little nutcracker stitch marker, which is, you know, charming. AF. Can you see him? I don't know if you can see him really well, but he's super cute. He's a, I mean, you can imagine he's a little nutcracker. And it's one of the little, oh, what is this called? It's escaping me at the moment. Please ignore my nail. I'm nursing an injury, so that doesn't look great right now, but yeah. Whatever this one is called. So it can be used as a progress keeper or a stitch marker because it is round. So very handy. Very versatile little guy. And then we have her business card. So I guess I didn't have to show you, you know, the thing from earlier. Because we've got our business card here. But it might be too blurry to read, so that seems to be a recurring theme. All right. And then we have the yarn. So this is a bundle of beautiful, beautiful yarn that she has included. So this is the Nutcracker collection. Mini skein set, fingering weight yarn, 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon. It is 8 87-yard skeins for 696 total yarns. So pretty. Yeah, and it doesn't have the colorway names for the yarns, but oh my goodness, look at these beauties. Look at these beauties. We'll do them one at a time. So we've got this lovely cream. This is a really beautiful cream. Oh, it looks so soft and lovely. It's showing up more yellow on my screen. I don't know if it's showing up yellowish on your screen, but it is not. It has a very slight yellow to it because it's a cream, but it's not as yellow as it's showing up there. And then we've got this really beautiful icy kind of color. So pretty. So I imagine this is like the icicles as they're going through the forest, the winter forest, to get to the land of the Sugar Plum Fairy. Imagine this is probably snow or Clara's dress or something. We have like a very slightly speckled pink, which could be any, I don't know, lots of the members of the Sugar Plum Fairy's court have herbed in pink. The Sugar Plum Fairy is traditionally in like a pink costume too, so this could be her. A lot of the time, Clara or Marie. Clara and Marie are two very common names for, you know, the girl, the main character girl in the story, but other names are used sometimes too. It's usually, to my knowledge, usually it is Clara, but sometimes it is Marie. But anyway, she's very, very often in blue, so this could be blue. She's very often in a blue nightgown. You know, people put her in all different colors, but that the blue nightgown is a very typical costume. I don't know who this guy would be. I guess that could be Clara. Could be maybe Drosselmeyer, her uncle. I guess it could be the Nutcracker's pants. But this is beautiful, almost denim kind of tonal blue. It's very pretty. And then we have this, again, lightly speckled, kind of gold. Again, that's showing up a lot more yellow on my screen than in person. It's very pretty. Who would this be? I guess this could be Coffee. Oh, it has this really delightful little green speckle in there. Oh, fun. It has some little like red speckles. There's a little like purplish one. Okay, that's very cool. So she's got different colored speckles in that. That's very fun. I guess this could be maybe coffee. I don't know. It could be maybe tea. I don't know. It's kind of light for coffee or tea. Maybe like a latte. I'm not very sure what that might be. That could be like a nut that the Nutcracker is cracking. Like maybe the inside of the walnuts are dark. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. It could be that these don't coordinate with any of the parts of the Nutcracker. They could just be Christmassy colors that go with the bag. But I'm imagining they go with the different parts of the story. Beautiful red, like often the coat of the Nutcracker, because, you know, very classically like the red and the blue. Although, you know, the Nutcrackers are all different colors as well. So, I love this guy. With these other colors, he looks particularly Christmassy. I love these speckles. So pretty. Again, showing up more yellow tinted, but I really don't know if that's just my phone. Because I keep my phone perpetually on like night mode, because I don't want all the blue light in my eyes. So it's really beautiful. And then this little, I love speckles, so I'm so glad that this kit is so speckled. Got this lovely, what would this be? It's almost like a rosy kind of color, like almost a faded kind of rosy color with these dark speckles. So beautiful yarn. Again, show them all together. It's so beautiful. I love all these colors together, and they really do coordinate like beautifully with the bag. So she probably did like pick the colors based on the bag, which is very fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it yet. I think what I might do is look up scrappy projects or advent calendar projects and see if any patterns or ideas spark a joy for me. And then I will make something accordingly, because I kind of want to make something with all of these together, since this is my first Christmas set of yarn that I have ever gotten, ever. And so I think that would be very special. And it would be so cheerful. How cheerful would it be to all winter wear something with all these colors in it? So happy. Eee. So happy. Okay, so that is this Christmas kit from Nanette Wake Studio for her 2021 Christmas set. So I'm very excited about that. And thank you to my mom for getting this for me for my birthday. This is really, really great. So yeah, between these two project bags, I am set for my holiday knitting. Very excited about it. So, you know, I shared this in my last video with you guys, episode 6, but I'll just share it with you quickly again in case you missed it. I do have my Advent yarn advent calendar from Dixie Knits in Pensacola, Florida. So I do have this, but I can't start opening it yet until Wednesday. It is currently Monday, and Wednesday is December 1st. So I can't start opening this until then. Although I could open the package and see, but not actually open up, because I think it's a drawstring bag inside of this package. So I could open that up, but just not get into the bag until Wednesday, and then do one at a time. Let's do it. Okay, I'm so excited. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I'm very excited I'm doing it now. So, lovely wrapping. Yeah, I ordered this. I called Dixie Knits when I saw that they had this on their Facebook page and asked if I could order it, and they mailed it to me. Oh, good. Oh, it smells amazing. So cute. Small-a-Day 2021 Super Silky. Awesome. And then it does include, there are patterns written for this kit. So you get all of this yarn and you get patterns for it. I think you get the patterns. I don't think you have to pay for them separately, but don't quote me on that. You might have to, like, she might have the patterns available, but but you could like buy them. But they might, you know, be made for this kit, but you know, you buy them separately. I'm not sure though. But there are, regardless, patterns available for this kit, created for this kit. Oh wait, no, maybe not created for this kit, but they are very appropriate for this kit. Yes, so this is what she meant by, so last episode I was reading the description of this kit, and one of the things they said was that there are patterns for the kit on the tag, and I wasn't entirely sure what that meant. I wasn't sure if that meant like a tag on the bag, or if like, you know, tag on Instagram, or like what it meant. It meant literal tag on the bag. So there are patterns written for the kit. She gives a knit pattern, and then there are several, and then there's a crochet pattern, and then yeah, and then she gives a couple other things to check out. So I don't know, I want to look up to see what the pattern situation is as far as paying for them versus not, before I tell you guys what the patterns are that she talks about, because I don't want to, if you're supposed to buy this kit before you get those patterns, I don't want to like throw those patterns out into the universe without knowing that first. So I'll find that out, that information first, and then if they're just, you know, patterns you can buy to use with any kind of Advent yarn kit, then I'll let you guys know. So if you're looking for a pattern to use for either scrappy projects or for a holiday or Advent yarn calendar, then these might be ones to check out. So that's really cool, because I was just going to either Google or look on, or I guess Ravelry, for Advent yarn calendar projects. So this is great, and it'll give me something to look, some to look into before I start getting my yarn on Wednesday. But here is the kit itself. So here's the bag. Very cute. So it's Emma's yarn, hand dyed in sunny Florida. And you can kind of see the colors through the bag. It smells amazing. I do think that there is an extra in here. It looks like there was on the picture. Yeah, there's like a tin of what I am guessing is like a hand lotion of some sort, which is great because my hands are so dry already this year. It's very dry where I live though right now. Like there's a fire hazard like warning, you know, we're not allowed to light any bonfires or anything right now, because it's very, very dry where I live at the moment. So we're not necessarily having like a drought, I suppose, but it's pretty dry. So that does also explain why my hands are so dry. I'm starting to get like a rash because they're so dry, and I'm putting like coconut oil on them and trying to use like all natural moisturizers throughout the day to kind of help them out, but they are struggling. My skin is struggling. So I don't know, do you guys have any moisturizer, like I do like more natural products, or even just like I just buy cold pressed coconut oil at the grocery store, and I just use that on my skin a lot of the time as well. I know for some people it irritates their skin, but my skin is not oily at all. I have very dry skin, very, very dry skin. So it doesn't bother my skin at all. For some people it makes them like break out, or it like clogs up their oil glands. It does not for me because my skin is so dry. So if you guys have things that you use that work really well for you, please let me know. And also, you know, somebody else might find that helpful in the comments because they might also be struggling with dry skin in the winter. So yeah, please share that with us. So this is my Emma's yarn from Dixie Knits Advent yarn calendar. I am very excited, and it's, you know, it's in this really great sized bag that's going to be a great project bag when I have gotten all of the yarn out of it. It'll, I guess, hold all of this yarn for a while until, so I guess it'll be the project bag for this yarn, and then it'll just be a project bag, and it's very cute. So hooray, I'm very excited about this. I'm extremely excited about it. I've never gotten a yarn advent calendar before, and I've been wanting one for a few years, and my husband was like, just do it. So I did it this year. They're a little expensive. Some of them are cheaper than others. You know, the ones that had less yarn that are only like 7 days or 10 days, like those are cheaper. I really wanted to have one that was the whole, like 25 days. So I did it this year. I'm excited. I'm so excited. So those are my acquisitions, I suppose. I guess, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that. I enjoy it immensely. And those are just adding all sorts of cheer already to the season for me. So next segment is our mindfulness segment. So, you know, for this week, I was kind of thinking about this time of year and this season, and about how we can practice mindfulness during this season. And one of the things that came to my mind, you know, a couple people mentioned like stress for the holidays and how to manage stress over the holidays, which I might do in my next podcast episode, or I might do a separate video on. But stress during the holidays is a very prevalent concern. So I would like to create something for that for you guys that might be helpful, hopefully. And I'd like to get that to you sooner rather than later so you can go ahead and start using it. But something else came to my mind, and it was for today, and it's the idea that the holidays and this season are not happy for everybody. For a lot of people, it's very triggering, or maybe, you know, they've had loss and maybe they're grieving. You know, during the pandemic, it's changed in a lot of the ways for a lot of us how we do our holidays. You know, there's all sorts of other things that come along with it too. Like some people are very put off by Christmas or the holidays just in general, you know, because of things like maybe like consumerism or all sorts of things. You know, maybe the holidays or the traditions of your family are no longer resonate with you. Maybe they're not a good. Maybe they don't resonate for you, and they bring more like pain than like peace and joy and hope. So all sorts of things that could potentially be something that comes up for a lot of people during this time of the year. I love this time of year, if it is not evident. I love this time of year a lot. But a lot of people don't, for very valid reasons. It can be a very difficult time of the year for a lot of people. And then also, you know, maybe this time of year isn't particularly, you know, is not super difficult, but maybe it is stressful, or maybe it's just lost some of its joy. Sometimes people will say that, you know, Christmas is for children or things like that. And I'm not a child, I'm very much an adult, and I get a lot out of this time of year. And it's not, you know, just Christmas. There are a lot of holidays that are celebrated during this time of year. We've got Hanukkah, there's Yule, there are more, they're just slipping my mind at the moment, but there's a lot in this time of year. So I guess I had two thoughts around mindfulness for this season. So it's not really a knitting thing, I guess, but it's mindfulness that I want to share with you. Part of mindfulness, part of the usefulness of mindfulness is that it's not just a relaxation technique. It's not even necessarily a way to become more peaceful or happy even. Mindfulness is useful because it makes us fully present in our lives, and it calls to our attention maybe things that need to be called to our attention. And when we are fully present and we are acknowledging that which needs to be acknowledged, it then puts us in a position where we can make choices. We can make choices that are more informed, that are more careful, that are more mindful choices. So, you know, mindfulness, you know, is valuable just in and of itself, in that we can use it as a way to be fully present, give our brain a break, our nervous system a break. It can also be a wonderful tool for then cultivating other things like compassion or like gratitude, like we've talked about before, like in Thanksgiving, podcast episode, gratitude was kind of like a extension of mindfulness practice. This is maybe another way of using mindfulness. It's bringing us, it's calling to our attention things that need to be called to our attention. So if the holidays, or if the winter, or if this time of year is one that is very difficult for you, then I would encourage you to be mindful of like, why, what is it about it that makes it difficult for you, so that you can then take care of yourself in the most appropriate way, in the way that is going to be the most helpful for you. And maybe that is something like if it's very difficult to think about what's hard for you or painful for you, then do it with help. Don't sit there and just trigger yourself and create needless suffering. Talk to a friend or a family member, or go see a counselor or a therapist. Their job is to sit with people, not just sit with people in the dark times of life, but also to be helpful in those times, because we're not in it alone. Like, powering through things on our own is entirely overrated. Human beings were not made to, we are a very social, connected species. Like, we were not made to function and just in isolation. So if you need support, and if you need support with where you're at and what you're needing, please go get it, please, because you're important, and we need you. So please take care of yourself. Maybe if it's stress management you need, maybe look into ways to manage stress during this time. If there's loss and there's grieving that needs to happen, maybe finding ways to allow yourself to grieve. Again, that could be in counseling, or it could be through maybe some of like your spiritual beliefs or practices or traditions, or maybe it's it could be all kinds of things, really. Like, I could list so many different ways. Maybe family or friends or partners or somebody, maybe there are people in your life that are not good for you, or maybe are just very difficult in some ways. So maybe practicing good, healthy boundaries at this time would be a good way to take care of yourself. But I could list so many different examples, but be mindful. If this is a time of year that comes with struggles or difficulties or hurt, please try to, or I invite you to, I'm not going to ask you to, or certainly not command you to, but I would invite you to maybe look at those things, at what makes it difficult, and then using that information helpfully, like, what can I do to take care of myself around this? And for others, this is a time of year that maybe just doesn't hold a whole lot of maybe joy or meaning, or other things. Maybe it's just a stressful time, or maybe for some of us it's great and we enjoy the things, but maybe it could just be like a little bit better. So for all of those of us, and you might again already do this, so I just invite you to maybe think about, be mindful of what makes this time of year special, and maybe something doesn't readily come to mind. So maybe finding meaningfulness in this time. And it doesn't have to be a holiday. It doesn't have to be religious in any kind of way. But it doesn't even have to be a holiday. It could just be this time of year in general. So what sort of like meaningfulness would really be good for you, like nurturing for you, would make this time of year a little bit more wonderful and a little bit more meaningful? It's a difficult time of year for a lot of people. It's dark. There is kind of some stress with being busy, financial stress for a lot of people, just all sorts of things. So again, there's all sorts of stuff that could potentially make this time of year very hard. So, these two suggestions are not, the magic answer, but they are two potentially, hopefully helpful things. And I would, invite you to, for one of them, maybe examine, what makes this time of year meaningful for me. And it could be creating your own meaning. It could be looking into new traditions or new practices or all sorts of things. We don't have to reinvent the wheel on it. There are many cultures and traditions and spiritualities and religions that have very common themes around this time of year. A very common one is, light in the dark. It is the darkest time of the year, and, that has a very real effect on our nervous system. And so it can be very, depressing for a lot of people. And so finding light or creating light in the dark times might be something that could be helpful for us. And then, metaphorically, maybe this time of year isn't particularly hard for me in any kind of way, but there are other times in my life that are very hard, or other things that are hard. And so maybe I, derive meaning from this time of year because just the season itself is a metaphor for, temporary darkness, temporary cold, but there is light within it, and also there is greater light coming, because, spring, we have, then summer, and, the sun comes back, the world starts to wake back up, but it's resting right now. So, there's this light in the darkness, or light after the darkness. It's a lot of hope. Is a theme. Peace is also a theme. Winter is a very restful sort of season for creation. The trees and the grass and the birds, everybody's sleeping. We've got bears and things that are straight up hibernating. But a lot of creation is sleeping. And so, I wonder how we could maybe create that for ourselves. We are very busy a lot of the times, and we don't allow ourselves to rest. Some of us feel very guilty resting. Maybe that makes us feel like we're lazy, or maybe we've been told that we're lazy if we rest. But, nature rests, and we are part of nature. So peacefulness and rest might be a great thing to learn or get out of or derive from the season. So, I could digress on this for a very long time, so I'll rein myself in. But the idea is, being mindful of where I'm at, what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking, what I'm needing right now, and then using that information to empower me and enable me to make choices for what I am needing, and to give myself what I'm needing. And if I can't give myself what I'm needing, find whatever support that I need so that I get what I need. So that we take care of ourselves. And so that, we don't miss out on. Some people are just it's a very difficult time. December can be a very difficult time for a lot of people. And I just imagine how it seems very sad to me to miss out on an entire month of your year. And then if that happens repeatedly, how much time of your life are you just spending very, I don't know, sad or stressed or miserable or what have you. And so, we can't be happy all the time, and we're not trying to avoid negative emotions or things. But, how can we take care of ourselves during those times so we're not just suffering? So I'm not trying to tell everybody you have to be bright and cheery and turn this into your favorite time of the year. No, that's not maybe reasonable. But how can you take care of yourself? And then if there's, deeper meaning that can be derived or created even, maybe that could just make life a little bit more, I don't know, meaty. more fulfilling, I guess. I don't know. These were the things I was thinking about when I was thinking about mindfulness for today. So, yeah, like I said last week, take what is helpful for you, leave what isn't. If none of that was helpful for you or resonates with you, then, please feel free to ignore it. But I'm hopeful that, at least one thing maybe could be helpful. But yes, and if you've got any thoughts about that, feel free to let me know. Yeah. So that's it for our mindfulness for this week. I don't really have a practice. It's more of an invitation. And then, so questions and answers. I guess I don't really have any things to answer at the moment. But people don't ask me lots of questions. I wonder if it's because I talk too much already. I'm not sure, but feel free to ask me questions. I would love to answer questions. But yes, so as far as asking you guys questions, I am curious about if you already have something that you find helpful to you during this time of year. So, if you are struggling in some way, or if stress is an issue, or like if you have things that work well for you, please share them in the comments so that other people could maybe benefit from your wisdom. Because it might be that what was helpful for you could be very helpful to someone else as well. And then also, if there are things that make this season particularly meaningful for you or give you a lot of joy or hope or peace, feel free to share those as well. Because, other people might relate. They might, find, things that they also resonate with or they relate to. Or, maybe they hadn't thought about it before and they, find that is something that they like and that is good for them. So, I do want to, make a slight caveat with that because I do know that there are a lot of religious holidays at this time of year. So, please feel free to share, what you find very meaningful. If you are a religious person, if you have something that's meaningful and wonderful and beautiful for you, please feel free to share that. But I would just say, nothing that is pressuring or it's certainly not condemning or just generally not loving to other people. So, it's very likely none of you would even think about doing that. But I would like to just say that, if I do see anything that seems like it is shaming other people or is not loving, I will delete it. So, please, I think I can delete things. I'm pretty sure I can delete comments on my own video. So if I can't, then I will report it. But yeah, I do not like hateful things on my channel or just in general in life. But I have confidence in you guys that you wouldn't post those kinds of things anyway. But just, a reminder, be loving and kind and compassionate with each other. So yes, but please feel free. I don't want to say, don't talk about religion because religion can be so wonderful. It can be so wonderful and meaningful and bring such just peace and hope and just, it can be beautiful. So I don't want to say don't be religious because your religion might be very important to you and I would never want to take it away from you. So please feel free. Just be loving, please. So yeah, if you guys want to share those sorts of things about the season, please feel free to. And then I'm very curious about your holiday knitting. That's question number 2. Are you knitting? What are you knitting during this season? Are you knitting something for you that's particularly fun, either wintry or maybe festive or holiday related, or are you knitting gifts for other people right now? Just what are you knitting right now? And then also, this might be something more for the Ravelry group, but I would really love to see your winter, Christmas, Yule, Hanukkah, seasonal themed notions, project bags, what have you. I would just find that so much fun. So if you want to post pictures of those on the Ravelry group, please do. I don't think that you can post pictures on the YouTube comments. I have never seen a picture in a YouTube comment. I think people can post like GIFs. I think it's GIFs. But I don't think people can post pictures. So I doubt that you can do that, but you could describe them too. If you know, posting a picture is difficult, feel free to describe the Christmassy or Hanukkah-y or Yule-y or whatever things that you have, or wintry, because again, it doesn't have to be holiday related. I love holidays immensely, so I have the holiday related stuff, but you don't have to. It could just be wintry, which would be delightful. But yeah, so plenty of questions for you guys. And I guess I will close us up from there. As always, this is a longer episode than I planned, but that's okay. I have fun with them. So that's the reason I'm doing it, is to have fun and to hopefully be helpful to some of humanity. So hopefully I've accomplished this. I've accomplished at least one of those things today. So yeah, I will pause here for today. Also I'm doing Vlogmas. So I am officially doing Vlogmas, and I think I originally said that I was going to post videos on Wednesday, like vlogs on Wednesday. I might do it on Thursdays. So I think it'll end up being the same situation I've got for podcast episodes, or just, you know, my weekly like videos. It'll either go up on Sunday or Monday. I think I'm going to do that for Vlogmas too. I think the vlog is either going to go up on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on the week. Yeah, I apologize if that throws people off, that I don't post something, you know, like every Sunday morning, or, you know, something like that. I'm too busy, and my schedule is too unpredictable for me to be able to commit to something like that. And also, I know for myself, I tend to be a little perfectionistic, and so sometimes if I create too many rules or too much structure for myself, it can turn into something very unhealthy for me. So I have to, with certain things in my life, keep them kind of flexible for my own well-being. So yeah, I like the loose structure of I post every Sunday or Monday. That keeps it fun for me and keeps it from feeling stressful and like I have failed everyone if I don't do it at this time. So I hope that isn't stressful for you guys, but it's a fairly predictable sort of pattern. So regular videos go up every Sunday or Monday. I'll try to let you know if that ever changes in the future. And then for Vlogmas, vlogs will go up on Wednesday or Thursday. So expect to see one this week on Wednesday or Thursday. I already have started shooting some video during my days for that, so I should have some good stuff compiled for you guys, including my Christmas tree, or Yule tree, holiday tree, including my tree. It will be, we're going to get that in just a few minutes, so I'll have all of that stuff up for you in the vlog. I'll also be opening up my Advent calendar starting on Wednesday, so I'll be sharing that with you guys in the vlog too. I'll also share it in the podcast episode for next week, but it'll be in the vlog too. So I'm so excited about Vlogmas. I love Vlogmas. I know I'm gonna watch the Knitting Expats podcast Vlogmas this year. She usually does it. I think she's doing it again this year. I can't be positive though. She's been very busy lately, so it's understandable if she doesn't do Vlogmas, but I really hope she does. If she doesn't, I'm just going to be rewatching all of her old Vlogmas episodes. And then I am hoping that like Kay from Crazy Sock Lady does one. And then Wool Needles Hands, I'm hoping that she does one as well. Although I think now her podcast is just Yarn Fiber for the People podcast. I think she's changed the name. So Fiber for the People is another podcaster I really love to watch. And I'm getting into I have some other ones I watch a little bit less committedly, but that I am getting more committed to. I'm one of those people that I have to like watch every single episode that anybody has ever made if I'm going to start watching them, before I can add a new person. So if you are familiar with Mina from the Knitting Expat, she's been podcasting for years, and she's very consistent, and she's pretty prolific. So she has hundreds of videos, a lot of them over an hour. So it took me a while to work through all of those, and I have to like watch all of them before I can start watching a new person. This is just how I am. Sometimes I intentionally force myself out of that pattern so that I don't become rigid and that I can create some more flexibility for myself, because I recognize it's not always a good thing. Anyway, another digression. I'm doing Vlogmas. I hope that you join me and that is fun for you guys, and that you really enjoy it, because I'm really excited about doing it. I'm already having fun getting that together for you guys. So I really hope you enjoy it. Yeah, so I'll end here. I'm not going to keep ranting. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again in my next video, which will be this week's vlog for Vlogmas. And if you've ever got any questions for me, please feel free to comment below, message me on Ravelry, message me in the group on Ravelry. You can email me too. Claire, the Mindful Knitter at Gmail is my email. I've also got that in, how you can contact me or connect with me. I've got all the information for how you can connect with me in the description of the video. So yeah, thanks for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun, as always, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.